Picture this. You're staring at your phone in a dimly lit room, thumb hovering over send, heart racing. You text her one last time, nothing. You check Instagram. She's posting beach selfies, story after story, but when it comes to you, complete and utter silence. That sinking feeling in your gut isn't just disappointment. It's your confidence getting strangled. But what if I told you that her ghosting isn't a life sentence? What if you could turn her silence into your secret weapon? In this video, you'll learn a stoic-infused, battle-tested blueprint to not only survive being ignored, but to use it to catapult your self-worth, your results, and your entire mindset to a level you never thought possible. Let's be crystal clear. Ghosting is a modern epidemic. It's not personal, well, not entirely. It's a symptom of fear, distraction, or plain old laziness. But here's the core Stoic truth from Epictetus. There are things within our power and things beyond our power. Make peace with what you cannot control and dominate what you can. So yes, you can't force her to reply, you can't hack into her DMs, and you definitely can't convince her to stop scrolling TikTok. What you can own, with zero exceptions, are your reactions, your focus, and your next move. That is where true power lives. Maybe she's testing you, seeing if you'll chase or crumble. Maybe she's busy juggling work, family, and a social life that somehow still finds time to post #OTD. Maybe she's just not that into you. None of these are direct attacks on your value. They're glimpses into her world. And here's the game changer. None of this matters unless you let it. She pressing ignore on your last message is her right, but it's your loss if you hand over your self-worth in the process. You either let her silence define you, or you redefine what silence means, your path to unconquerable confidence. Stoicism gives you a mental scalpel. Slice reality into two domains: what you can control, your thoughts, judgments, actions, and what you can't, other people's choices, words, or timing. Every minute you spend refreshing your chat or replaying past texts, you're bleeding energy over an external you can't change. Instead, lock that energy into the internal. Train yourself to pause, and I mean really pause, when you feel the political urge to follow up. Ask, is this in my control? If the answer is no, let the urge pass like a wave rolling off a surfer's board. That is your moment of freedom. So what do you do when you see those 3 gray dots indicating she's typing, then nothing? You do nothing. Sounds wild, right? But this programmed non-reaction is your power move. By staying silent, you demonstrate that her behavior doesn't shift your mood, derail your day, or chip away at your self-belief. You're in the driver's seat. You don't double text. You don't demand explanations. And you certainly don't apologize for existing. You simply keep living at full volume. Text her back one day if and when you feel like it, with as much calm confidence as if nothing had happened. That break in the bait and switch is your flex. She loses the script. You write the next chapter. Here's where most guys trip. They let silence immobilize them. You, on the other hand, will turn this into a 7-day level-up week. Day 1, hit the gym with the intensity of someone who refuses to be ignored in any arena. Day 2, carve out an hour for a passion project. Code an app, learn that guitar riff, draft the outline of the book you keep talking about. Day 3, meet a friend for coffee and practice real-life social skills beyond screens. Day 4, binge a documentary or book that expands your mind. History, philosophy, quantum physics, whatever ignites your curiosity. Day 5, cook a meal that challenges you. Day 6, take a long run or hike to release any residual tension. Day 7, evaluate your progress. Journal your wins. And here's the kicker. Celebrate yourself as though you're the one who dominated her silence. You're no longer waiting for validation. You're generating it from within. Stoics didn't pretend they didn't care. They trained their mind to process events without emotional hijacks. When you catch yourself spiraling, anxiety, overthinking, replaying every emoji, Use two tools: deep breathing and mental reframing. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Say to yourself, "This too shall pass. Her silence does not define my worth." Detachment isn't cruelty. It's emotional sovereignty. You respect yourself more than you fear her indifference. That level of self-command radiates. Others sense it. You become magnetic because you're unshakable. Here's the twist. By withdrawing your attention, you trigger innate human curiosity. She'll wonder, "Why isn't he chasing? Did I lose him?" You're not manipulating her. You're simply refusing to validate her strategy. You become the anomaly in her feed, the guy who doesn't bend to social media drama. And when curiosity finally compels her to reach out, you respond casually. No lectures, no guilt trips, no references to her ghosting. You reply like a pro. "Hey, just saw your story. Looks like you had fun. What's new?" That pivot flips the script. She's reacting to you now. You've shifted from reactive supplicant to composed initiator. Let's recap your stoic power playbook. First, acknowledge what's in your control and what isn't. Second, refuse to chase. Do nothing and invest that energy in yourself. Third, execute Level Up Week to build unshakable confidence. Fourth, master emotional composure with breathwork and reframing. Fifth, detach from outcomes and free yourself from anxiety. Sixth, deploy reverse psychology by staying genuinely uninterested in her silence. When you integrate these steps, you're no longer playing defense. You're setting the terms. This isn't about winning her approval. It's about winning your inner game. That's real power. Let me share a quick story. A friend of mine, let's call him Jake, texted a girl he was serious about. She vanished for 2 weeks, then popped back with a "Hey, sorry for the radio silence." Jake, a textbook overthinker, crafted a tearful apology, begging for clarity. He sounded desperate. They met once more, but the spark was gone. Contrast that with Mark, who faced a ghosting for nearly a month. He did his Level Up Week, posted confident gym clips and travel shots, and never addressed the silence. Out of curiosity, she slid into his DMs. "All good with you?" He responded coolly, and they reconnected, this time on equal footing. His confidence ran the show. Her curiosity drove the reunion, and they built a genuine connection without drama. Now it's your turn. I challenge you. For the next 7 days, commit to the Level Up routine and the non-reaction principle. Every time you feel tempted to check your phone or double text, take 3 deep breaths, redirect that urge into a purposeful action, and journal the result. Notice how your mood shifts from anxious to energized. Share your journey in the comments or our community, because accountability amplifies growth. Remember, her silence is not your silence. Your voice, your values, and your vision remain intact. You're not at the mercy of her unread messages. You're the architect of your own confidence. If this stoic power play resonates, hit subscribe, smash that like button, and ring the bell. Because next week, we're unpacking how to turn rejection into your greatest ally in every arena: career, friendships, and beyond. Drop your biggest ghosting challenge below, and let's crush it together. Stay stoic, stay sovereign, and keep owning your life.